Santee, it's 53, and Imperial Beach, it's 58. Kogo News Time, 7:02.
A pickup truck burst into flames early this morning near a Point Loma area bar, and investigators are still trying to figure out exactly what happened. Joshua Lipton has details live in the Kogo newsroom.
Police and firefighters were initially told the truck had crashed into the Catalina Lounge on Voltaire Street around 4 this morning, but now say it was parked there before the flames broke out. Jen Schmidt says she called 911 after hearing an explosion.
There was another big explosion and then one more huge explosion, and I was scared that there was someone in the car.
Luckily, nobody was inside the truck and no one else was injured. The owner of the Catalina Lounge was inside and says there is smoke damage to at least one room. The truck fire was quickly knocked down, and arson investigators are trying to figure out how the fire started, whether it was accidental or intentional. Joshua Lipton, Kogo News.
A 16-year-old has life-threatening injuries after being hit by a car as he crossed the street in El Cajon. Witnesses say he was walking with a group of people on East Washington at Waterloo at about 8 last night when an SUV slammed into him.
I know people speed on the street all the time. They go way too fast.
Several neighbors echoed that concern. They called for more safety precautions at the intersection. Police say the boys were walking outside of a marked crosswalk. When officers and paramedics got there, they found the boy unconscious in the road. The driver of the car stayed at the scene, and police say he's cooperating, and it also does not appear drugs or alcohol were involved.
Family members of close to 12,000 people.
And the Navy Times says that estimate comes from the National Immigration Advocacy Group. The nonprofit organization called American Families United came up with the estimate using 2011 census data, which found that about 6% of the 129 million married Americans have foreign-born spouses. And the Pew Research Center found that 1 in 4 of those foreign-born spouses are in the country illegally. The Times says an earlier parole-in-place program pushed by Vice President Pence to give relief to military families is no longer being used because of the stricter enforcement of deportation proceedings under President Trump. Cliff Albert, Kogo News.
Mexico apparently listening to the president after he called on that country to stop a massive group of refugees on their way to the U.S. border. Mexican officials announced that they were planning to disband the group after the president tweeted the big caravan of people from Honduras now coming across Mexico headed to our weak laws border had better be stopped before it gets there. Officials say vulnerable individuals will be allowed to stay in that country, including pregnant women and people with disabilities. Others will be forced to leave by Wednesday. San Diego-based group organized the caravan, made up mostly of people from Honduras who say they are the target of violent gangs.
The Trump administration has introduced production quotas for immigration judges in an effort to reduce enormous court backlogs. The Justice Department's Executive Office for Immigration Review says judges must complete 700 cases a year to earn a satisfactory grade. Attorney General Jeff Sessions has repeatedly called for more speed as an increase in deportation arrests has pushed the court backlog above 650,000 cases. Critics say speed requirements undermine judges' independence and will cause some cases to be decided too hastily.
Romanian police are questioning 7 U.S. Navy sailors based in Romania over a bar fight and fined 5 of them. Police say they were called after the sailors left a bar in southern Romania where they allegedly refused to pay for their drinks early Sunday. Police say the Americans were noisy and measures were taken to calm the tense situation. The sailors are based at a U.S. missile defense site there. A local police spokesman says 5 of the sailors were collectively fined $874. The total of 7 sailors were involved. All were released. The Navy is doing an internal investigation.
Synthetic pot turns deadly in Illinois and makes dozens of people very sick. Jill Nato has that story.
At least 2 people dead, more than 50 sick after using synthetic pot in Illinois. The drug, also known as fake weed, spice, and K2. People have been going to emergency rooms suffering from what doctors are calling extreme bleeding from the eyes, the ears, and other body parts. Now the Chicago Sun-Times is reporting 3 men arrested in connection with a convenience store that had been selling fake weed. A drug enforcement agency lab confirming it contained a substance used in rat poison.
Oh, good Lord. Oh.
Why?
Let's take some rat poison and bleed from our orifices.
Basically, you're giving yourself Ebola?
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you get Ebola.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that to yourself? Oy. Are we on the brink of a trade war? We have a live report coming right up.
Plus, traffic and weather, Kogo News Time, 7:07.
Concerned about fake news? any information that turned out to be so false and fake.
Don't worry. A real news update with real traffic and real weather just ahead on San Diego's breaking news station, News Radio 600 KOGO.
Take it from me, if you are doing an apartment search, it is not.
Avenue and to and from the 15. A brief delay between Barnum Drive and the 15 on Highway 78. The 78's great on the other side there, Oceanside to the South 5. You're down near Palomar Airport Road just before PAR, before you find some traffic down the shoreline this morning, and just half an hour of it to the split. You're out of it completely by Encinitas. There's a 40-minute trip on either way out of the South Bay. National City 5 and the 805 are both tight. The 5 has been slow this morning with a pothole reported in the slow lane downtown near the 163. This will do some damage. Northbound 5 right lane at the 163, and the traffic is heavy up from the 54. That's making the 94 tight to downtown from the 805. 805 itself, that's a 40-minute trip off and on. You're all the way up into La Jolla before it does clear out. Some brief delays in La Mesa on 8 at Fletcher Parkway, then again down near the stadium to Mission Center. Through Mission Valley, the 15 from City Heights has become a bit of an issue now to University Avenue, Friars Road stretch. Traffic brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Spring is officially sprung and changes in the air, so why not take a minute to change your insurance? California drivers save an average of $628 with Mercury Insurance. Get started today. A free quote, mercuryinsurance.com, mercuryinsurance.com. Cal Walker, KOGO's next real-time update, 7:20.
Low clouds this morning, but most areas will see sunshine by early this afternoon. Coast up to 65 today, inland 67, the mountains 66, and the deserts 86. Right now downtown, it looks like we are mostly cloudy and 59 degrees. Kogo News Time, 7:12.
China says it's responding to any new trade tariffs by the United States with measures of the same scale and intensity.
Joining us on the Kogo News Live Line, reporter Rachel Sutherland. Rachel, give us the background on this.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, China did impose those tariffs on a lot of goods coming from America's heartland. We're talking about fruit and pork, actually. I didn't realize this, maybe you guys did, but we sell $1 billion worth of pork to China every year, now under a 25% tariff. The American Farm Bureau is concerned, saying that initially the tariffs may not hit very hard, but if they're allowed to continue, and if there is really a trade war going on, that America's farmers could take a direct hit.
All right, so, I mean, if this leads to some kind of a trade war, what are we looking at cost? Does this increase costs substantially for Americans, and does it hurt American businesses and the people in those industries?
Well, that's the questions everyone is asking, right? Because economists are trying to look out in the future and say, what kind of impact will these tariffs have, or, heaven forbid, an actual trade war? We'd have to go back pretty far in history to be able to really see the impact of tariffs, and it's a whole different world. President Woodrow Wilson really made an effort at lowering tariffs in the early 1900s. They fell out of favor, certainly, and so we don't have a modern-day view of what widespread, kind of just painting with a broad brush kind of tariffs will do to industry.
All right, Rachel, thank you very much. That is reporter Rachel Sutherland joining us this morning on the Kogo News Live Line.
Kogo News Time, 7:14. What's the best way to break out of a prison in Bogota?
I have no idea.
Well, now you do.
They got the booze by brewing it right there in prison. Booze they shared with a prison guard. Once he was well lubricated, they convinced him to let them go to the liquor store for more. Of course, they never returned. One of them was serving a 40-year sentence for kidnapping, the other awaiting trial for a theft.
So you just get the guard drunk,
But that only happened in movies.
right?
Yeah. In fact, I did see that in a movie.
Well, maybe they did too.
I guess so. The reboot of Roseanne is even making more ratings. Wow. Kevin Finnerty from Showbiz Junkies has the story.
Roseanne's ratings